Hi everyone, thanks for joining me in this practice. I'm actually away right now at a little self-directed retreat. I've rented a cabin on a lake and I've just been taking some time to refuel. And I think that's important for us all. We don't have to go to a cabin on a lake, but knowing when to push the pause button and step back from our life, even if it's for an hour, and giving ourselves time to recharge and refuel. So it's morning here. I rolled out of bed. I did brush my teeth for you, but that's about it. So here I am, real and raw, first thing in the morning, and I'm just going to get on my mat and practice. And I thought it would be an opportunity to share with you. This is a practice that I often do when I'm waking up feeling a little bit extra stiff, and I'm also keeping in mind that I want to conserve my energy because I'm trying to refuel. I'm trying to replenish. So I'm going over to my mat and you find yours as well. And I know that when I get back here, my face is going to be shadowed. Just, you don't need to see my face anyway. And I'll guide you through a beautiful practice. All right, let's begin. So we're going to start in a standing position. And I like to start with something called the breath of joy, which if you're a student of mine, you're very familiar with. And it will be 3 inhales followed by a big exhale. So it's like sniffing in through your nose 3 times, sounds like this. Exhale through the mouth, all right? So that's the breath. Let's just do that with the arms dangling at the side. Go. Once more, inhale, 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 slow exhale. Good. Now let's add some arms with it. The arms float out in front of your chest on the first inhale. They come down to the body and out to the sides on the second inhale. And once again, down and all the way above your head on the third inhale. And then on the exhale, we just bend our knees, swish the arms behind us, and let the head drop. Okay, and of course it will go a little bit quicker, so follow along. Here we go. Inhale, 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 exhale. Arms front, side, up, and down. Great way to get the energy moving in the body. Release heavy, stagnant energy. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale. Last time. We're going to end staying down here by our feet. Let the arms dangle. Let the head bobble out. And just let your breath return to its natural state here. I'm bending my knees one at a time here and just really checking in with my body this morning. So bending left and right, and feel your hips sway a little bit side to side. And then let both legs come to a still place and bend your knees slightly. Let your arms hang really heavy so fingers are no longer touching the floor. And then slowly start to roll up through your spine. And take your time, take your time, take your time. Taking some inventory here. Eventually the head stacks up right between the shoulders. And then bring your hands together in front of the heart center. Let's take a moment of stillness here to check in. Let the eyes close and a moment to listen. Listen to any sounds around you. Listen to any messages or voices within you. Just beginning to center and arrive in this place of now, this moment, wherever you are, whatever day, time of day. May this practice replenish us, recharge us, renew us. And then release your hands, let your eyes open. And let's come to a kneeling position. So on down to the center of your mat and take the arms above the head, just stretching up with an inhale, and exhale, bring the arms down. Again, inhale. So great to start with breath focus and then continue that throughout the class, but great way to wake up, to refuel. That's our purpose here. So breath is energy, breath is life, and it's free. Breathe it in. On the next one, once your arms come down, then come forward onto your hands and knees. You might be half on your mat, half off the mat, that's fine. From this hands and knees position, bring your right leg off to the side with your toes facing forward and simply rock back and forth. Hips go back and then forward, extending out through the top of the head. It's a nice, nurturing, rocking position. Connecting with your breath. Eyes can be open or closed, whatever your comfort level is. I'm feeling the need to just go internally more, and it feels right to close my eyes, but you do what feels right for you. Stopping in the middle now, pick up your right leg and swing it all the way across and place your toes on the ground, and then start to turn and look over your left shoulder. So you're looking back to see your foot. Meanwhile, you're guiding your spine into a nice little side stretch or lateral stretch. The benefit here, not only does it feel good and it's good for our posture, create space, but all the little intercostal muscles in your ribs, between your ribs, get nice and stimulated here, expands our breath capacity. Come back to center and bring your knee to the ground. Let's do the second side now. Left leg comes out, foot flat. Rock back and rock forward. Just a rockin'. And you get lost in this little simple rocking motion. Let your body absorb it gradually. Staying in tune with your breath. How many times when we're extra stressed do we catch ourselves holding our breath, like starving our body of oxygen? Then we lose our ability to think clearly. So breathe, my children, breathe deeply, consciously. Pausing in the place of the middle, we'll pick up the left leg. Once again, swing it across the midline. Turn and look over your right shoulder. And we wait. And we breathe, and we feel, we show up for ourselves. And then coming back to the center position. I'm going to turn now. I'll have you turn on your mat as well, so you can come on down to your stomach. So recline onto your tummy here and take your hands a couple inches wider than your mat and a couple inches forward. Come onto the tips of your fingers and lift your elbows high. Check your legs, make sure they're long and strong and active, pressing the tops of the feet down, and then tone your belly slightly, draw up. And then inhale, begin to lift up into our funky cobra. And on an exhale, slowly lower down. We're going to do this several times, so let your breath be the priority here. Inhale as you lift. Hold the breath. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale, rise. Hold it. Exhale down. We're going to stop at the top this time and go left and right. So inhale, come up. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, center, and grow long through your spine as you lower down. Please bring the hands by the chest. Open the knees as wide as your mat. Let your big toes come together. And then press up and back to child's pose. Extending the arms. Letting the forehead come down and rest on the floor. Really creep your fingers or crawl your fingers forward a little more to create more length on the sides of your body. Feel, or maybe even hear your breath here. And then lifting your body on up, lifting up into a downward facing dog. Take some time to pedal the legs out. Now, if you have wrist issues here or shoulder limitation, you could stay in a child's pose. You could also come on like this to your forearms and see if that might be a little more comfortable. So just know that there's some options if down dog is not wrist friendly for you. And now from here, everyone, let's lower your knees to the floor. Walk your hands back. Inhale, swing your arms up, reach high. And exhale, pull into cactus pose. Lift your chest up. Oh, glorious day. And then round up and over with your arms. Ribs go back, and you're going to land down in all fours position in this round back. Glide right on forward up into cow pose, so you arch the back, and then exhale, round the back again. One more time, inhale forward up into cow, and exhale, round into cat. Reach up towards the ceiling again, all the way up. Exhale, pull the arms down into cactus pose, lifting the chest. And then up and over we go with the arms down into all fours position. Inhale, lift the chest and gaze into cow. So good for the spine. Exhale, round. Really important to keep a mobile, fluid spine, especially as we mature in life and come back to center position. From here, take your right arm. Take it through and under and come down onto the right side of your head, right shoulder for thread the needle. You can always wiggle the knees back a little further if you need to. And then just let your weight fall into the right side of the head and shoulder. Bringing some twist element now into our spine. I am such an advocate of moving the spine every day in 6 directions. Keeps our spine healthy. And when the spine is healthy and mobile, makes a big difference in our level of independence and health and well-being. So come on up and let's do the second side. You're going to take your left arm, thread it through, come down onto the left side of your head and shoulder. And I'm just moving my right hand a little bit to the right. I'm up on my fingertips. Just feel what's happening here through your midsection, through your back. Nice, slow, steady breath. It's like we've pulled into the gas station and we are filling up, right? We are refueling every moment that we're awake and aware and breathing and moving. The body is absorbing it all. Then lifting on up. To come onto our side now. So please come onto your right side. And we're coming to a posture called mermaid, which stretches a really interesting area of the body. If you get back pain on one side, oftentimes it feels like a clamp right here on your side. This will address that region. It's very beneficial. So you'll come onto your forearm, and then we want to keep be really mindful of this top hip. It needs to move forward. It doesn't have to go way forward, but we just don't want it to rock back. We won't get as much of a stretch, or it won't be as beneficial for us. So start to lift the underside of your body here by pushing down into this arm, and then just gently be aware like that you are guiding this top hip forward. Yeah. And so you might start to feel underneath here a little sensation, maybe a stretch. Maybe you don't feel anything yet. That's okay. So this would be where you want to start and check it out. If it feels like plenty's happening, then just stay right there. If you want to explore a little bit deeper, you bring your hand out here and very slowly start to straighten your arm. I have my other hand here for support. And so I'm start to elongate the underside of the torso here. And then I'm just gonna check in on this top hip. Can I just take it forward incrementally and see how that might affect the sensation down here. Now I feel just a little bit more. While I'm here on my little retreat, I've been doing a lot of artwork. So I sat up late last night doing art, and just the act of sitting a lot kind of closes us down. Feels good to balance it out. Thank goodness we have yoga to balance life out. All right, so we'll come on down. And from here, staying on our side, bend your top leg back and hold the ankle or foot, or use a belt if you need to. You can stay right here on your side. You might be feeling plenty of stretch, or you might choose to roll slowly towards your stomach and increase the sensation a little or a lot, depending upon your body. Try to keep your forearm pressing down strong into the floor to help assist you in lifting through your ribs and your trunk, your torso. And then we'll come back up to center and release. So simply just lift on up. We'll swing your legs around to the second side, coming into the mermaid pose. And onto your left forearm now, legs are stacked, and the top hip is very aware that its role is to stay slightly forward. So right here, just start to push strong through the bottom arm and do your best to lift up underneath here. You might even put your hand there to just coax it. Can you stay lifted? Yeah, feel that. And bring this top hip forward a little. And then if you choose to go to the second part of it, you put your hand out here and just take your time slowly lifting. And once you're at the height that feels right for you, bring your attention to your top hip again, and ever so slightly bring it forward. Now you might notice one side of your body feels completely different than the other. Such is the case for many of us. We have one side that might be a little more contracted. So we hold here, breathe into it. Right top hip moving forward. And then we're going to lower on down. Bend the top leg and bring the heel towards your bottom. Again, you can choose to stay here as long as you're feeling an opening or a stretch across the top of your right thigh, or keeping the knees somewhat close to each other, you could start to roll to Bekasana, or it's called frog pose, lying frog pose. I sat out by the lake last night and I could hear the frogs chirping. Wait, do frogs chirp? I could hear the frog noises, whatever you call frog chirping, singing. Oh, goodness gracious. This side's a little tighter. Maybe you're noticing that in your body. And then lifting, release your hand from the foot, and we'll come up. We're going to swing right on over onto our backside since we're so close to the mat here, and recline, crossing your left ankle over your right thigh. Arch your low back, create a little space there. And then bring the knees towards your chest if that's doable, and hold the back of the right thigh. Rocking side to side, just very gently with your legs. Staying in tune with the in and the out of your breath. Keeping this practice very calm and steady, with a sense of ease. We'll stop in the middle now. Release the right foot to the ground and then separate both feet as wide as the mat. Then I want to ask you to take your left knee and drop it inward. Keep your right knee up. Just rotate the left leg inward so you can feel a nice inward rotation here through your pelvis. And just pause there. So the right knee, do your best to keep it up while the left knee falls in. And you could add a left stretch, a left arm stretch over your head here. Try to extend your left thigh and knee forward. I even like to put my free hand here, my right hand, on my left lung and tune into the refueling process here as you breathe. Feel the expansion, the lung expanding into your hand, and even press your hand against your ribs so you have a little resistance. Try that. One more full breath here. Feel the lung expand on the inhale and contract on the exhale. And then lifting the left leg up. Now let's cross the right ankle over the left thigh and bring the legs towards you. Oh, and feel this side, rock a little, gentle. Yeah, so our yoga practice doesn't have to be a big, like, extravagant, crazy, wild postures. Like, the body is like, give me anything. I love the simple poses. I love you taking your time and breathing slowly. As a matter of fact, most of us are going 100 miles an hour. Our body really needs the opposite in our practice. So while it's fun to take the pace up in practice, and I love to do that, I'm finding that more and more my body is craving the opposite. It's saying, can you find time to slow down, move at a slower pace? And then I have more energy. It rewards me with more energy. Let's stop in the middle and separate your feet as wide as the mat. And now we invite the right knee to fall inward, the right arm to come up over the head, and do your best to keep the left knee pointed up at this point. You might choose to put your right hand over here on your left hand over on your right lung, and just feel the magic of the expansion of your breath as you inhale and exhale. A couple more breaths here. And then coming back home to the center, lift your leg up. And now bring your feet together, let the soles come together, open the knees, and direct your attention to your low back. Create some space there in the low back, a little archway, and let the legs just fall out. And so this practice is a simple but very effective practice you could do daily. Oh my goodness, your body would love you if you would just do something like this every day. Super simple. Getting in, I addressed all the areas of your hips, your spine, sides of your body. We did some Little gentle back bends with the cobras. So it's just a really good boost for the day and balance for the body without depleting your energy. Rather, helping to fill you up. So simply breathing here as the inner rim of the pelvis and the hip gets a chance to open with the help of gravity. One more smooth, slow breath. And very slowly begin to close the legs. Bring your knees into the chest. Hold them nice and close to the chest, wherever that is for you. And then let the arms open into a wide T position as you roll the legs slowly over to the right side. Do your best to keep the knees up a little closer towards your chest or towards your right arm. Let your head turn to the left and really expand from your shoulders out through your elbows and wrists, and even spread your fingers. And then fold the hands into fists and turn the fists, bend at the wrist joint. So lift and try to bring your fist towards you if you're looking to the left there. Perhaps feel a stretch through your left forearm. And expand your fingers back out again. Lift your legs up and over, please, to the second side. And turn to the right. Make a fist with your right hand and curl at the wrist joint. Draw it inward. And bring it all back home to center. Placing your feet on the ground. Stretch your arms up above your head. Big full stretch. And then slide your legs out straight. Nice long extended open position here. Oh, you're going to move out of this practice and you're going to feel like you're at least 2 or 3 inches taller and have oh so much more energy and clarity. And then sweep your arms down to your side. Now at this point, you get to choose. You can stay here on your back and relax in this position, or you can come into an upright position, which I'm going to do, but you choose. Maybe you want to recline on your back still. And you know, I'm going to open this window because maybe we can hear the birds more. And frankly, I'm getting a bit warm. So I'm going to open up here. Oh, yeah. It's a lovely day in the neighborhood. Can you hear the birds? Chirp, chirp. All right, I'm back with you here. So you're either lying on your back or you're in a seated position. If you sit, I'm just grabbing a throw pillow off of the couch here because I like to give my hips a little lift. We'll top off our practice with a simple grounding breath technique. So you can either, again, do this lying on your back or in an upright position, maybe even sitting in a chair. So find your position of choice and then simply let the eyes close. Going inward. You might be hearing some additional noises or sounds from my end now, sounds of lake life, people out mowing their yards and birds chirping. Maybe you're noticing your environment. What's happening in your environment? And now simply bring one hand and lightly touch your forehead with your fingers. Just feel the space right in the middle of your forehead. And then bring the other hand and lightly touch the center of your chest, forehead, chest. And then move your top hand, the one that's on your forehead, down and lightly touch the navel region. And just feel these three energy centers, power centers in your body. And now release your hands to your thighs, and we'll direct the current of life force, your breath, between these three centers, like connecting the dots, syncing them up. So bringing attention to your head, right between your eyebrows, the third eye center. The next time you breathe in, imagine breathing in right through that space like a portal into the head. And as you exhale, see it empty down into your heart center. Inhale into the heart center. And as you exhale, your awareness moves down to your navel region. Now we're going to stay in the navel region for 3 breaths, breathing into the navel, breathing out in your own time. 2 more breaths. Keep your awareness low in the belly. And then the 4th breath in through the navel once again. But as you exhale, let the attention rise back up to the heart region. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, connect up to the head now. Stay in the head now for 3 breaths. The 4th breath happens into the head again. And exhale to the heart. And now remain in the heart power center for 3 breaths. And then while you dwell in the place of the heart, just let your breath resume its natural cadence, that awareness in the heart space. As if you're just hanging out in your heart, lounging back in a comfortable hammock, the hammock of the heart, we'll call it. And soaking up this time of stillness with no expectation, just being in a state of listening and feeling. There's often a prompting or a messaging that comes from the heart when we get still and listen. So many times we are very depleted and tired or stressed, and we don't even recognize it. We just keep going because we have to in many cases. The body is your truth teller. It will tell you when you need to rest and slow down, and we just need to learn to honor it and listen to it. It can be as simple as stopping and breathing for a few moments, or doing a short yoga practice or meditation. Please find your hands and bring them together in front of the heart center. And simply bow in a self-honoring way. Honor your wisdom that led you to take time out for this practice today. Thank you for joining me on my little retreat. I hope it was a retreat for you as well. Blessings to you, my friends.